The countdown is on. We're just hours away from Thanksgiving, and while it's a time for gratitude and celebration, it can also bring some stress, especially in the kitchen. Luckily, Butterball's Turkey Talk-Line has been helping home cooks with their turkey troubles for 43 years. Joining us this morning is Tyler Loranger, a Butterball Turkey Talk-Line expert, to share their top tips for a stress-free Thanksgiving feast. Good morning. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So before we get into tips, let's talk about troubles. What are the most common mistakes we see from people when it comes time to preparing that bird for the feast?
So we are a couple days away from Thanksgiving, so we like to remind folks to make sure they get that turkey in the refrigerator, get it thawing. If you are getting a little bit too close to starting to prepare your meal, we also have cold water thaw instructions. We have videos on butterball.com, but the main takeaway to remember is it takes about 30 minutes per pound when you're thawing in cold water, and you want to switch out that water every 30 minutes so that we can eventually get that up to the water's temperature.
Yeah, ensuring safety during that process is really key. Okay, talk about the stuffing. The dressing, I don't know, some people call it stuffing, some people call it dressing. I know that's a long-going debate. Do we have a resolution there on that, stuffing versus dressing?
So a common mistake that people do is that they try to prepare ahead of time, but they want to stuff their turkey the night before and then put it in the fridge. And we actually don't advise that. We want you to wait until right before you're putting the turkey in the oven to stuff it, because those turkey juices are going to seep into the stuffing or dressing, depending on what you call it. And we don't want that sitting overnight in the fridge. And we want to ensure food safety. So stuffing it right before you put it in the oven and ensuring that that stuffing gets up to 165 is our true marker for food safety.
Okay, so I guess we're going with the word stuffing, right? Not dressing, we're calling it stuffing?
That's what I use.
Okay. What advice do you have for someone who might realize they're missing an ingredient, or perhaps they've overcooked their bird?
So when it comes to missing ingredients, we really like to encourage simplicity on Thanksgiving Day. While creativity is wonderful, we like to take the stress out of preparing your turkey. So really using a cooking oil like vegetable oil, avocado oil, and just some salt and pepper, which most people have in their kitchen, is going to be all that you need to prepare your turkey. And then just being mindful of roasting times. We have calculations and conversions on butterball.com so that people know how long it will take to cook your turkey, so that you're not stressing about the timing of everything on Thanksgiving Day.
And if you have further questions, concerns, how can folks go about reaching the Butterball Turkey Talk-Line?
So not only do we have much information and recipes on our website at butterball.com, but of course, calling 1-800-BUTTERBALL is where you can talk with someone like me. I am a registered dietitian, but we also have chefs, food scientists, everybody with food and cooking knowledge available to answer everyone's questions.
Tyler, I know we mentioned at the start of this conversation, this talk line has been around for almost a half a century, 43 years. I'm assuming during that time period, you've received some pretty interesting calls. Any memorable calls that stick out to you?
Absolutely. We get very creative cooks and also people that around the holidays want to perform grand gestures. And a call that sticks out to me was a young man wanted to propose to his significant other on Thanksgiving, and he actually wanted to put the engagement ring in the stuffing.
Oh my goodness.
And I gave him a little bit of not only food safety, but female perspective on that. I didn't think that his soon-to-be fiance would like to pick out turkey and stuffing from her beautiful ring. So we came up with an alternative option for how he could propose on their special day.
Can you share what that alternative was?
So in my mind, I figured she would just like something simple and sweet.
Right,
So he just prepared a short statement about how grateful he was for her and proposed in that manner. And I'm hoping that it worked out.
Right. Very sweet. Very sweet. Tyler Loranger, thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.